A 28-year-old man collapses onto the grass. He buries his face in his hands, completely overwhelmed, as millions watch him weep. This is Kevin Pina, and the patch of grass he's kneeling on belongs to the most scrutinized sporting event on Earth, the 2026 World Cup. Usually, when a player breaks down on the pitch, it marks a devastating elimination or a final whistle. Pina is experiencing the exact opposite. He is entirely consumed by a singular moment of triumph. In a tournament dominated by predictable media cycles and established superstars, this raw breakdown became the most shared image of the opening week. The world was watching a mystery play out in real time. The World Cup is an unforgiving arena. It is an ecosystem constructed over nearly a century to reward historic footballing powerhouses. The bracket is usually owned by billion-dollar federations and global icons, players like Kylian Mbappé, Lamine Yamal, and Lionel Messi. Tucked into that landscape is a distinct statistical anomaly: Cape Verde, a tiny West African nation making their first ever appearance at the tournament. Waiting for them in the group stage is Uruguay, a battle-tested, dominant South American giant with multiple championships to their name. When a debutante nation with no pedigree steps onto the pitch against a legacy opponent, the mathematical expectation is simple: they will be methodically dismantled. Escaping that fate requires an anomaly. That anomaly arrives in the 21st minute of their Group H clash. Cape Verde earns a free kick. This pitch map shows the spatial reality facing Pina. The ball is placed nearly 30 meters from the goal. Data from these zones highlights a microscopic probability of scoring directly, usually hovering under 2%. Guarding that low probability net is Fernando Muslera, a veteran Uruguayan goalkeeper who has spent over a decade stopping shots from the world's elite. Every tactical instinct dictates floating across into the box and hoping for a favorable header. Pina decides to bypass probability entirely and strikes the ball directly. He unleashes an immense transfer of kinetic energy. The ball travels on a flat, rocket-like trajectory, instantly rendering the Uruguayan defensive wall useless. In a fraction of a second, a single, highly improbable physical action completely short-circuited the tactical expectations of a legacy powerhouse. The ball jams perfectly into the top corner of the net. Muslera launches himself through the air, but the dive is entirely in vain. The Uruguayan defense freezes in absolute shock. Meanwhile, the Cape Verde squad erupts. As the immediate adrenaline spike breaks, the biological reality of the moment catches up. Pina drops to the turf, overcome. Those tears are the physical reaction to manifesting an impossible outcome. He has forced an unlikely reality into existence in front of a global audience. The strike put the Cape Verde flag on a World Cup scoreboard for the first time. Looking at this data visualization, you can see a massive spike in global social media engagement at the exact minute of the strike. The digital response completely dwarfed standard match metrics, as millions dubbed it the most beautiful goal of the tournament. A 30-meter strike hitting the top corner possesses undeniable geometric beauty, but the global response was driven by the contextual beauty of watching a nation's collective dream materialize in real time. Tens of thousands of people in the stadium, and hundreds of millions more at home, had tuned in to watch a standard group stage match, only to bear witness to a deeply intimate piece of history. The mathematical reality of global football remains harsh. The 2026 World Cup trophy will almost certainly end up with one of the legacy giants. Kevin Pina's strike authors a chapter that billions will remember more vividly than the eventual final. It serves as proof that football still allows a tiny nation to hijack the global narrative through a single moment of brilliance.